celebrate 100 years of the Young Automotive Group and how they have grown over the years.
Joining us now for the sponsored interview is Spencer Young, Sr., the Chairman and CAO, the Chief Adventure Officer.
That's right.
Okay, who does that, and why have you named yourself the Adventure Officer?
So this business is a 5-generation business. I'm generation 3. And I've turned it over to my children that are running the business now. So it gives me time to go do adventures and climb mountains and see the world.
You get to have fun.
Yep.
Okay, I love it.
This spans back 100 years, 1924, with your grandpa. Talk about the beginning and how this all got started and how it's grown into what it is today.
Okay. By the way, thank you for putting us on, because you only get one chance to celebrate 100 years and one chance to tell the story. So back in 1923-24, my grandpa, Selden Jack Olson, Selden John Olson, we called him Grandpa Jack, but he started in Morgan as a mechanic for the state road department when they're building some roads up there. When that ended, he stayed in Morgan, and Jim Compton, who he was working for at this technician shop, hired him, and in 23-24, he became a partner of Jim's. So that's when the Young Automotive Group, Olson Group, started in business. From there, in 1925, he applied for the Oldsmobile franchise, and he got the Oldsmobile franchise. So that's when he got into the new car business. In 1926, he applied for the Chevrolet franchise, and he got that franchise in 1929. And critical year, because that was the Great Depression, a tough time in business. He survived that, and he said a couple things in his diary that I like. He said during that time period, he says, I remember I repossessed 41 cars in 29 days. And then he also said, everybody at that time was going broke. Everybody's going broke all around us. And he said, if I wasn't naive and inexperienced, I was broke too. And he said, but I didn't know that, and I worked day and night and was successful.
The turn of the Great Depression and your grandfather pulled through. Now we're looking back at these 100 years and paved the way for now 5 generations. Looking back, how amazing was he in celebrating business and being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, Grandpa Jack was amazing. Started with nothing but a box of tools. And built several franchises, built several dealerships, had ranches in Wyoming, a ranch in Morgan, and multiple businesses. And so from a toolbox to that was amazing.
And starting in Morgan, Utah, now having expanded much further, talk about where we're at right now and how many locations you have and growth as we speak.
Okay, so again, it's a 5-generation business. My kids are the 4th generation. In the last few years, we've grown quite a bit. We've got stores in Utah, northern Utah mainly, and then we have stores in Idaho, several locations, and then we just opened a store up in Missoula, Montana. So, and we got in the power sports business pretty big.
It took 100 years, but now you're celebrating your headquarters in Layton. Let's talk about that. Exciting news happening on Friday. So
our headquarters, we've niched into the parts business. And we have grown that parts business over the last 15 years to be a major piece of our business. And we started 10 years ago kind of planning out this warehouse, big parts warehouse. And then during that time period, we also said, well, maybe we should put our headquarters there with our accounting staff, with our foundation, with our executive team. And so it took us 10 years, actually it took us 100 years, but it took us 10 years of planning to put our headquarters in Layton, and we're having a grand opening this Friday from 11 to 1, and we're really, really excited about that.
Congratulations.
What can people expect at this grand opening to come see? You have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I think people will be amazed at the parts warehouse, all automated, and it's I go back there and I get real anxious because there's $20 million of parts sitting on the shelves, right? And hopefully somebody's taking care of all that. But what to expect is when they come is we will give speeches, we'll give a history of everything, then we'll have food, and we will take people on a tour. And our training center is there as well, and they'll be able to see a full-size theater, we call it our training room, that's set up just like a megaplex theater, and that's where we'll do most of our training for our employees, and other people can come in and do training as well.
Big celebration, 100 years. You get this one time. Celebrate all year long. Okay, Chief Adventure Officer Spencer, thank you so much from Young Automotive Group. Best of luck to you.
All that information on your screen. Definitely follow along and go attend the grand opening happening this Friday. Congratulations.